Starfield's update has been out for a little over a week now, and it brought a myriad of changes to the game. These changes made Starfield, in my opinion, one of the best games Bethesda's made in over a decade, and let's get into why. We got a new decoration feature for the ships to help us further express ourselves, as well as we got survival mode. We got the ability to toggle several different options and difficulties such as weapon damage, enemy damage, how often we get afflictions and injuries, as well as other things such as like if you need to eat. Eating will give you increased stats like health and O2, as well as not eating will decrease your stats, your maximum health and such. Very cool option to play around with for people who like me who like survival mode. And saying that it's the best game that Bethesda's made in over 10 years is a bold claim. But if you compare the games that they've made in the last 10 years, which is Fallout 4 as well as Fallout 76, I don't think it's any stretch to say that it's the best game they've made in the last 10 years. If you look at the facts, 76 came out, everyone hated, universally hated game. It launched in a very, very bad state. I never hated the game, but I think it wasn't executed as well as it could have been. I always loved the idea from day one. I just think it lacked the execution. Switching gears to Fallout 4, it wasn't hated, but it lacked that aura that people came to expect with Fallout. People didn't like it like they liked New Vegas and like they liked 3 and 2. And I think a big part of that was the fact that Bethesda was trying new things, such as the camp building systems and the settlements. And I think that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And here, after the Fallout shows came back, they've had some more struggles with their next-gen update. But as far as I know, they seem to have ironed things out. But if you look at Starfield's launch, the game didn't launch a buggy mess. It didn't launch with bare bones and not much to do. Now, discussion can be had about the variety in Starfield, and I've made a video about it as well. I think there is a glaring need for variety. There shouldn't be any reason why you're finding abandoned mining facilities on every planet you can land on. We need different structures and ruins and things to explore to keep the interest up. I just today saw a post on Twitter where someone was playing Starfield and they put a picture of some kind of fauna they found, some kind of creature, and they said, I've been playing this game 600 hours and this is the first time I've seen this creature. And that's amazing, because as much as some people don't like Starfield, I challenge you to play another Bethesda game where you can put 600 hours in and find something that you've never seen before. It gets compared to No Man's Sky a lot, and I think that's fair because of the scopes of both the games. They both aim to do the same thing, where you explore a massive galaxy and you can immerse yourself, and they say, okay, you're going to explore all this time and it's going to take you forever to run into the same thing you've already seen. No Man's Sky does it a little better in some ways, but Bethesda did an excellent job of creating a game like No Man's Sky, but with a much better story. I mean, I'm a huge fan of No Man's Sky, but I don't think any of my No Man's Sky fans on my page can dispute the fact that Starfield has a much better story. The combat is some of the best combat that I've played in the last 10 years. And if you don't believe me, I challenge you to go into your settings, set enemy difficulty to very hard or higher, turn your difficulty down, and put afflictions that gained at a higher rate, and tell me how fun the game is. Tell me you don't enjoy that challenge and how realistic that is. I challenge you to do that. Bethesda has delivered to us on console the best space exploration game to immerse yourself in if you care about story, if you care about character development, if you care about characters that you are going to have feelings for, as well as traveling and exploring a realistic galaxy. Not just galaxy, universe. Not just universe, multiverse. They have one of the most, if not the most interesting New Game Plus ideas I have ever seen. The idea that every New Game Plus is you exploring a multiverse where everything's just a little bit different, that's incredible. Something can be said with the Starborn abilities. I think the temples are a little bit bland. I think it was kind of a letdown. The first time I went there, I was struck with this sense of wonder, like, oh man, where did this come from? Who built this? And those questions aren't really answered. And the temples don't really vary from temple to temple, and I feel like they should. But that's something that can be addressed and be added to. It doesn't make it a bad game. And I feel that this game was hated on unjustly because it wasn't Fallout 5 and it wasn't the next Elder Scrolls. And that's unfair. Because I don't think it's too much of an overstatement to say a year from now, 2 years from now, there will be video after video on YouTube with the caption and the thumbnail, did we judge Starfield too harshly? And I think a lot of people jumped the ship too early and they hated on it because it was cool to hate on it. But if you play it now, if you're brave enough to come back, I'm telling you now, you're going to love every minute you're here playing this game. And the future gets even brighter. They're adding vehicles soon. I hope that's supposed to come out this summer. I'm super excited about it. Love the game. But a lot of times when I'm exploring, I'm like, man, we really do. And initially I was against it. I was like, no, we don't need land vehicles. But I was like, yeah, we need them. Some of these distances are a long way. And I'm super excited because I think what they're going to do is similar to Star Citizen as well as Elite Dangerous. They're going to add hubs in our ships that can house our land vehicles and we'll just kind of deploy them. And I think that's really, really cool, and I'm really excited for it. From there, we have the Shattered Space DLC coming out in fall, and that's building onto an already really strong foundation in the game. I'm really excited to see what that brings. And it's rumored to be a House Baroon DLC, which I'm really excited about because I think out of the factions, they were done the most unfairly. Not a lot of stuff was told about them, and I think that was probably done on purpose, just to shroud them in mystery. But yeah, the future is super bright for Starfield. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and I encourage you to check out my other Starfield videos.